specific, or I guess a bit more generalized, but kind of still specific to things that I no longer want to buy for this year just because I don't need it. So my no buy list, we'll call it that, is going to be first is candles. I love a good candle, and I have a lot of them. I have little tea light candles. I have, lots of big candles that I just haven't, entirely used up yet. I just have a lot of candles, and the candle section at, TJ Maxx or Walmart is just, my Achilles heel when it comes to, useless, items that I don't need any more of. I mean, candles are not useless. They, obviously are aesthetically pleasing, and they're a part of home decor, and they provide, a nice, scent and everything, so it's not that they're useless, but for me, having too much of one thing, it starts to lose its utility, so that's why I'm putting candles on the no-buy list. And in the same vein, I'm also going to put home decor in general. I feel like my house already is pretty full. My house is pretty small, so I don't want to be filling it up anymore, especially because my husband and I are going to be moving this summer, so we don't, to make moving easier, you don't want to have a whole bunch of extra stuff laying around the house. So that is what we are going to be doing. I think our next item, dog toys. Our dogs have plenty of toys, and really they can only have very specific toys. They love to play tug of war, and they're very heavy chewers on their toys. And one of them loves to play fetch, so the only toys that we really allow them to have, just because they will actually last and it will then save us money, are tennis balls for our dog who loves to play fetch, and the tough toys for our dog who's a heavy chewer, and she also loves to play tug of war. Yeah, so no more buying dog toys for them because the tough toys are very long lasting. That's the whole point of them. And they have plenty of toys to play with already. And then I think the last thing we'll put on here is going to be climbing gear. So, as I've shared before, my husband and I are rock climbers. We do, indoor and outdoor rock climbing, and we have plenty of gear, but, there's always a justification to buy more things, new things, in any hobby or sport or other activity, and we just don't need any new climbing gear. Really the only, exception to the rule is if something, catastrophically breaks, then we obviously will replace it, but as far as just buying new gear just to buy it, we already went through that phase. It can get expensive, so we're just gonna put that on the no-buy list. So, the other piece is things that we just have like too much of, or that my husband and I can tend to overspend on. But for other people, their no-buy list is not necessarily things that they have a lot of, but it's maybe things that they will, always purchase. And maybe they're more expensive items and they feel the need to stock up on them or whatever. So part of a low buy list is just things that you are kind of replacing. So for me personally, that is going to be clothing. And I'm actually going to add a little extra to this rule and put down thrift slash dupe when possible. So that is, meaning if I, rip a pair of jeans like catastrophically and can't repair them, or they're too small or whatever, I will go to the thrift store first before I look for anything new. And if I need to find something new, I will find, a non-name brand, like non-expensive brand items. That's what the dupe part means. And then my other low buy, or, replace only, is going to be skincare items. I have a, multi-step skincare routine that can get kind of expensive. But, the brand that I purchase from does not offer any kind of, bulk discounts when you buy a lot of it. So there's really no incentive to, stock up on the skincare. So, that for me is going to be replace when it runs out only. Okay. And then, let's see what else on the low buy list. I think that's really all that I can think of. These are kind of the two biggest categories where I can always justify buying something because it's my skincare routine, I can't run out, I don't want to run out. And for clothing, it's, the temptation of, oh, well, look at this new thing that's trending, I gotta be a part of that, or oh, they're just leggings, they don't take up that much space in my drawer or my closet. Yeah, so that's, I think I'm just going to keep my low buy list at those two things for now. And then another piece of this goal that I saw people do was to put down some exceptions to the rule, because there's always going to be some exceptions, and life is meant to be lived, and we don't want to put too many rules on ourselves, because we're imperfect humans, and we need to give ourselves some grace and have some patience when we're achieving our goals, right? So for me, my exceptions to this rule are going to be birthdays, holidays, and special occasions. Special occasions. I'm probably spelling that wrong. Holidays. Birthdays. card that you got for Christmas, Hanukkah, your birthday, whatever the holiday was, or the occasion. It's your gift card. It's your money to use for whatever that store is, and to buy whatever you want at that store. So, therefore, gift cards are for use. And I think those two exceptions are pretty good right here. I think I'm also gonna put a little rule on the low buy list to keep gifts under $30 per person. So I have a big family. My husband also has a big family. So the holidays can become very expensive if we don't keep tabs on how much we're spending on each person. Now, luckily, I have quite a few, rewards credit cards or credit cards that link to various stores or rewards programs. I've been able to get my family some bougie little gifts, just using my credit card rewards programs, not necessarily the points, but just the actual partnerships that various credit cards have with different stores. So I was able to still keep the cost of the gifts fairly low, but this is just kind of a good reminder that, to try to keep the cost savings in mind as much as possible. And I guess my exception then for special occasions, holidays, and birthdays, like I can go over, let's see, I'll add that in there, can spend, let's see, maybe up to $50. And let's say like 2 times or something like that. So for that, I kind of mean, keep it under $30 as much as possible. But if the present that I really want to get for someone that's, I think would be very useful, meaningful, special for them, happens to be above $30, I want to try to only spend them the $50 a couple of times in the year. And luckily this rule for me should be pretty achievable because my family, they're not super into anything that's like super pricey or expensive. Like my family basically is like all adults at this point, so they have their own money. They can buy expensive things for themselves if they would like. So the holidays tend to be pretty low-key for my family. So I think that this rule should be pretty good for myself. And then I think the last thing that I just want to share with you guys is just going to kind of be my general, like money goals for this year. also set individual goals for those buckets. That way the money's not just sitting in one massive account. I can split it out. And another kind of like benefit is then I don't have to have like, you know, a separate spreadsheet to keep track of where all of those different savings are going to and all that different money. So, I have some buckets that I call my annual bills. And travel and holiday sinking funds. And a sinking fund is just, it's money that you're saving up, and the intention of it is to be spent. It's not going really to any kind of retirement goal or like a future goal. It exists just to be spent. But the beauty of it is that you're not having to stress out that month about, you know, between paying your bills, buying your essential items, and then, you know, trying to pay for, you know, expensive gifts or travel or anything like that. You're saving up for it throughout the year and then withdrawing from that savings amount. So, I need to replenish each of these because they were used up in 2022. And so I'm going to be contributing $127 per bucket. In order to replenish those amounts. Yeah, so my annual bills, I was tired of getting surprised or taken off guard by, you know, annual subscription fees, car registration fees, those kind of, you know, annual payments that everybody has to make. I was tired of getting surprised by those during, you know, random months out of the year, and then having to be stressing about, oh, I can't, you know, contribute as much to my savings because I have this bill now. So I started this annual bills fund, and now if I have a bill that pops up, I just reimburse myself from this savings account, and then I don't have to stress about the rest of my budget for that month. That's very helpful. So, maxing out my IRA, and then any leftover money going to my taxable account, replenishing those sinking funds. And my last goal is I want to reduce the number of payments on my Toyota car loan. So I bought a new car last year, like a brand new car, just because the car market was crazy, and you know, it was actually cheaper for once to buy a new car than it was to buy a used car, which almost never happens. So we bought the 2022 car, and of course that's going to be, you know, a bit higher cost than a used car. Or I guess for that year 2022, it was cheaper than the used version of that car. But the car that we specifically got is an SUV, so a bigger car, so it's going to be more expensive just by the nature of it being an SUV. That's what I mean. I didn't want to be confusing. So I want to reduce the number of payments on that car loan. So I want to pay extra. I think I want to do an extra like $180 towards the principal on the loan. This way I can reduce the number of payments it's like 60 something payments, so monthly payments. So 60 is about 5 years. And I believe this dollar amount should reduce it from over 60 payments down to about 48 payments. So it makes a big difference taking it from 5 years all the way down to 4 years. It saves a lot of money on interest because your girl doesn't like paying interest. I like earning interest on my investments. I don't like to pay interest. So anything that I can do with the money that I have saved up and in my budget divvied up for savings, anything I can do to not only boost my investments but also reduce my liabilities and my debt, I'm going to do that. So those are my just general money goals for 2023. I'm also going to be refiling, or I guess updating my W-4, which is my tax withholding, because if you didn't know, you should not be getting a gigantic tax refund every year. That means that you have too much money being withheld from your paycheck by the government every year. So what you can do is the IRS has a very nifty, very useful and helpful calculator online to estimate what your withholding should be for your taxes. And when you get to the end of the calculator, it will show you, this really high refund that you can expect. But if you scroll down the page, just a little bit, you will see a little sliding bar, a little sliding scale bar that you can adjust. And that little sliding scale bar, if you slide it to the left, it will update and say, oh, you want to reduce your refund from this amount down to this amount. It will then tell you a suggested amount of withholding that you should put on a new W-4 and go file it with your employer. So, I believe my refund amount from the calculator was somewhere in the ballpark of about $3,300, which checks out because I can see how much withholding for taxes is on my paycheck, and I can multiply that by 12. And so obviously that would be my refund amount. Because I don't have anything, super fancy. I don't make a whole bunch of money off of retirement investments or anything like that. So I can expect that full amount back. So the math checked out. So I slid that sliding scale down and I said, okay, I don't want a $3,300 refund, but what if I just want to try out a $700 refund? And it updated the calculator and it said, okay, if you want a $700 refund, here's what your withholding needs to be. And then you can also download a PDF version of a W-4 with that withholding amount already pre-filled on it. And that is all you have to do, is just leave that number exactly where it is, fill out your personal information on the W-4, and then sign it, and then go file it with your employer. So that way they can update your withholding. So that is something that I want to do because I understand for some people, maybe they would not have already saved that refund amount during the year. But also keep in mind that that refund is not earning any interest. It is basically an interest-free loan that you are giving to the government if you don't properly figure out what your withholding should be, or at least try to reduce that refund amount closer to zero. It is actually better to owe a little bit of taxes than it is to be paying too much taxes, in my personal opinion. And I know some people, again, wouldn't have been saving that money on their own for whatever reason. And so the refund for them is a big, exciting thing because because now it's like, oh, now I have all this money that was mine, and now what do I do with it? I do understand, that perspective on things. I am just simply offering another perspective to think about when it comes to taxes, and just trying to find the correct withholding amount for you, because again, a $0 or even owing a little bit of taxes actually means that you're more properly calculating and you're getting your full amount of paycheck every single month instead of having too much money being withheld for tax reasons. So just another strategy that you can play around with. I am not a corporate or a personal accountant or a certified personal finance person by any means. This is just what I have been learning on my own. I'm learning every day, just like we all are. So, there's a lot of really good financial advice out there for you. There's quite a few people that are really good about breaking down tax laws and breaking down all of that legal language from, tax for taxes and withholding and all of that kind of stuff that can be kind of confusing. And the best part is that a lot of these people just post it online where you can read it for free. You don't have to pay, an accountant like $200 an hour to get that advice. You can just largely get it online for free. So if you haven't thought about, while we're still early in the year and before you file your 2022 taxes, if you have not considered updating your W-4 and adjusting your withholding to reduce your refund and actually retain more of your money on your paycheck every month, I would highly encourage you to look into that. Because then it's your money, it's there in your paycheck, it's your, closer to your full entitled amount, and then you can budget that extra dollars and do with it what you need, whether that's savings, reducing debt, planning for emergencies. Maybe you just have a month where things are just a little bit more expensive. I mean, everything seems to be very expensive right now. So, obviously, us having more money in our pocket gives us, more power and more authority over our lives and what we do with it. So, more power to you. And with that, that is all that I have to share with you guys for this video. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoy this type of content, and of course I'd be willing to do more of it. I love talking goals, I love talking personal finance and money and budgets, and just experimenting with money and what we can do with it. And of course, if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and the like button on this video.